Hey guys, today we're working on our character analysis assignment. I will start with our directions for day 1, which is the graphic organizer, and then I will explain day 2. If you have not read Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, Act 1, or Act 2, Scene 1 and 2, then you need to go ahead and just close this video and go read those, and then you can come back and finish watching this video. Okay? So we have our graphic organizer. Our objective is to infer character traits using text evidence such as dialogue and actions. So today we're looking at 2 specific characters. We are looking at Portia and we are looking at Calpurnia. So what we're going to do is we're going to find text examples, text evidence that supports something specific about the character. Okay, so first we're looking at character dialogue. What does a character say or think? And then it's character action. How does a character act? What the character does maybe with to another character. Okay, so let's look at our dialogue. So for Portia, I already selected something from lines 271 to 273. If you have the book, I'm not sure what page that is, but you see the lines as well. Okay, so the line that I decided to go with was, "You're sick, yet you sneak out of your warm bed and let the humid and disease-infested air make you sicker." So that's Portia. So now that I have my text evidence, I need to figure out here where I have my analysis, what does this reveal about the character's traits, personality, thoughts, or feelings? So I'm actually going to go ahead and analyze this right now. So I'm going to say that it's bolded. These words spoken by Portia and directed at her husband Brutus reveal that she has a strong personality because of the almost sarcastic nature of her let me say because of their almost sarcastic nature. There we go. She has a strong personality because of their almost sarcastic nature. She shows here that her relationship with Brutus is comfortable, I guess. Comfortable. And then I'm going to stop there because I could go deeper into it, but the point is not to give you guys the answers. Not that there really are any, but the point is just to get you to understand what analysis looks like. Okay, so analysis is taking the context of the quote and the play and making an educated, deep guess about who these characters are as people. Like, we have to pretend Portia and Calpurnia are real people, and we're taking the things that they say and the things that they do at face value, and then getting deeper into it the way that we would with any other person that we're meeting and talking to. Okay, so I'm going to do the same for Calpurnia. You guys are going to do the same for Calpurnia. And you're going to finish this graphic organizer hopefully by the end of the day today. Once you're done with that, we're going to move on to day 2. So day 2 is kind of the more complicated part, right? The directions say, after filling out the graphic organizer, you will answer the following prompt in an analytical paragraph. Compare the women's roles in their husbands' lives and discuss what that reveals about Shakespeare's views on women. And then if you're in AIA, I believe it also adds how have views on women changed over time. If you're in my on-level class, you have a completely different end part there. But it's fine because the general consensus is about the same, right? We're comparing the two women, their roles in their husbands' lives, and then how that deals with Shakespeare's views on women in general. Okay. So I'm just going to go over this outline. I'll show you how I would start this paragraph, and then you guys are kind of let loose, and you can work on the rest of this on your own, and try your best and struggle with it a little bit. Okay. So our topic sentence or claim. So our claim has to answer the question, right? I'm going to write a shortened version of the claim because I don't want to give you my claim. So it says identify the character type and support using either direct or indirect characterization. Okay, so I can say something like Portia and Calpurnia. I actually don't know if I'm saying her name right. Calpurnia? Whatever. Portia and Calpurnia are minor characters in both their husbands, it's actually in both the play and their husbands' lives. Calpurnia are minor characters in both the play and their husbands' lives. A choice that reveals blank, right? Because the whole point is, what does this reveal about Shakespeare's views on women, right? Okay. Reveals blank. Whatever it is that you think that this reveals, however you think that Shakespeare feels about them, or whatever. Okay. So now I'm moving on to my text evidence. So I'm going to start with Portia. So I could say, I can say Portia's relationship with Brutus is blank, and I'll put the relationship there, right? What is the relationship? As shown when she blank, right? So here you can put any of your quotes. So let's say you don't want to analyze something she said, you want to analyze her actions. That's perfectly fine. You can post that quote there. I suggest shortening quotes. I do not think that it would benefit you to have some ginormous piece of text here. Shorten the quotes to the most important parts. So for example, this quote right here, if I wanted to shorten it, I could say something like, let's say I could say, when she berates, that means like she like gets mad at him, basically. Like she's telling him off. When she berates him for, and then, what does it say? Hello? Sneaking out of his warm bed. Sneaking. Oh wait. So it's actually sneak out of your warm bed. Sneak out of your warm bed. So because I have to change this a little bit so it makes sense grammatically, I'm going to add the ing and put brackets around it because I'm changing it. Out of his warm bed. And then I'll put the lines or the page number. I either put the page number or the line number, line, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then I would do that and I would put period. Okay. So that's how I would do that. And I'll go ahead and erase this. So that's how it would look like when you want to shorten your quotes. This quote is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 words. That basically works. Okay, so try to keep your quotes less than 6 words. or 6 words or less, sorry. Okay, there. As shown, blank. Okay, so that is my evidence, basically. So this would be my evidence here. So it says text evidence plus commentary. This first part right here is commentary, and the second part would be my evidence. Okay, then I'm moving on to analysis, which you already have analysis in your graphic organizer. Okay, but then my next piece of evidence, that's where I'm going to be talking about Calpurnia. Okay, and then remember, I'm talking about their roles in their husbands' lives. The second piece of analysis is not only going to analyze Calpurnia, whatever quote that you use, it's also going to connect these two pieces of evidence back to your claim. So now you're supposed to show me, okay, how is Calpurnia's role different than Portia's role, for example? Or is it the same? And then when I get to my analysis, that's where I'm really tying it all together. Sorry, my reflection. I'm tying it back all together, and that's where I'm going to talk about Shakespeare's views on women, or whatever it is that your final part of this prompt is, because it's going to be different for pre-AP, for AI, and for on-level. It's going to be different whatever class that you're in. So just use that. So once again, I'll show you. So I could say Calpurnia, on the other hand, or you could say Calpurnia, likewise, whatever it is that you're going to argue, blank. What is her relationship to Caesar? As shown, blank. Again. Okay, so that's my commentary here, and then my evidence here. And you can change it up as you see fit. I don't care, right? As long as you are connecting the two and you're doing what you need to do. So here, just the word on the other hand is showing that there is something opposite happening. Or if you use likewise, then it shows that they have a very similar relationship. Okay. Then finally is going to be my reflection. So my reflection, that's the portion that ties everything together and answers that second part. Okay. So I could say through these characters, blank. What do we see through these characters? If you're in pre-AP, okay, you're telling me through these characters, I know blank about Shakespeare's views on women. If you're in my pre-AP AIA class, you're going to say through these characters, it reveals blank about Shakespeare's views on women. And then your next sentence, you're going to have one more where you're telling me, okay, now how have the views on women changed over time from back in his day? If you're in my on-level class, you know it's going to be a little bit different. But in the end, the whole point of the reflection is to tie everything back together and make sure that you are going back to your claim and showing how everything that you've said, all of your evidence and everything goes back to that claim that you created. Okay. If you guys have any questions, you can always go back at any point within this video and replay it, because this will not be due until Sunday night, so you have time to work on it.